Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Liz and today is going to be another top 10 recommended movies or films or however you want to phrase it. So specifically this video is going to be the top 10 recommended zombie films. Now obviously a couple of these are going to be within series of other like trilogies or what have you, or you know, but I'm only going to be recommending one of them if they do come in a series. So the first one obviously is going to be Resident Evil for me. Now I know they have like 6 different Resident Evils, but there's so many of them, but specifically you can just start out with the first one obviously, but if you want to skip around you can if you wanted to. They always kind of do some kind of recap in the beginning of the film or the movie to let you know what's going on in the past series. Okay, so Netflix does have an animation. Obviously it was like a game I think beforehand, so there is the Resident Evil games, there is a couple animated different Resident Evils on Netflix, so they're different ones. So the movie starts off with this girl named Alice and she's butt naked and got knocked out in the shower, right? And so it follows her. Obviously they're all zombie movies, so spoiler, not spoilers, that's basically what it's about. Anyways, so she finds out she's working for Umbrella Corporation. Honestly, I love this movie so much I want to get a tattoo of it, just like the umbrella, or maybe different little I don't know, we're thinking about it. So she works for the Umbrella Corporation, so basically some kind of virus got leaked into the lab, and the whole movie is basically that a bunch of characters get stuck within the Umbrella Corporation, like 300 feet underground, where it was like a whole hive and what have you. And basically they're like trying to save these people at first, and they're like, actually no, we can't save them, they're just rabid people. So yeah. Moving on to number 2, World War Z. Honestly, oh god, obviously I recommend all of these, but I love this movie. I would watch this again and again and again. Sorry if it sounds like I'm reading from my script, it's because I am. So basically this follows like a former UN investigator and his family. They get stuck in traffic and they're like, oh, a bunch of stuff is going down. Zombie apocalypse in the middle of traffic. That sounds like somebody's worst nightmare. Like dude, traffic alone pisses me to no end, but like zombie outbreak, where are you gonna go? Like specifically within this movie, like this truck rams through traffic obviously, and he's like, that's our way out. And like, yeah, cool in like movie world, but like in actuality, like you're done for. Like you can't move if somebody's in front of you. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? But anyways, yeah, so they're trying to find a cure. They're trying to find patient 0. I forgot to mention, but Resident Evil is rated R. It runs about an hour and 40 minutes long. It got 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. World War Z is rated PG-13, 2 hours and 3 minutes, and it got 66 on Rotten Tomatoes. Moving on to number 3, Dawn of the Dead. This is a rated R. It runs about an hour and 50 minutes long, and it got 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I'm just generalizing, obviously, but if you played Left 4 Dead, then you kind of have a feel for what Dawn of the Dead is going to be like. A bunch of people are stuck in the mall in the middle of a zombie outbreak, right? Moving on to number 4, Quarantine. I think there's 2 different movies of Quarantine, but I'm specifically referring to the first one. So this has a rated R rating. It runs about an hour and a half, and it received 56% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, so this movie basically starts out following a reporter who is filming a ride along with firefighters, and then they get into this apartment building, and spoiler alert, it gets quarantined because of a zombie outbreak. Moving on to number 5, Patient 0. So this is rated R. It runs about an hour and a half long, and it received 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. I can see why, okay? I can see why I got a low rating like that. It's kind of one you throw on and you don't really pay attention to much, quite frankly, but zombie movie nonetheless, and I would just throw it on just to watch it. Anyway, so they use this asymptomatic zombie to communicate with the other zombies pretty much and find a cure and find patient 0. You kind of can guess the ending, but I'm not gonna spoil it, so let's just move on from there. So number 6, I Am Legend. So So this has a PG-13 rating. It runs about an hour and 44 minutes long, and it received 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. So basically, the majority of the movie follows a individual who thinks he's a lone survivor, right? The main character kind of has this thing with this mannequin at the store that he goes to every day just for his, like, I mean, he's by himself, but he has all these mannequins kind of talking to them as people, kind of like Umbrella Academy, where number 5 has his like thing with his mannequin because like it's the end of the world kind of apocalypse series and he only has a mannequin to talk to. Humans are weird like that. We can't be alone. So yeah, but he has a dog with him. He has a dog. It's adorable. They go in the tub and they hide together. It's cute. The main character, the lone survivor, is a scientist that is trying to find a cure. You see the running theme here. They're always trying to find a cure. So yeah. Moving on to number 7, The Crazies. Now this zombie movie is a bit intense because the zombies are insane. If you watch Black Summer, the Netflix series, that's the kind of vibe these zombies are giving, okay? Ruthless. Moving on. So it's a rated R and it runs about an hour and 4 minutes long. Honestly, pretty short. Typically, like scary movies, horror films, whatever, zombies, they're like 90 minutes long. So like an hour and a half. So this one's even less than that. So like an hour and 4 minutes, which is... Anyways. So it received 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. So basically it follows this small town, specifically the sheriff and his wife, basically just trying to get out of the town before obviously the military comes in and shuts it down. Moving on to number 8, 28 Weeks Later. Okay, so 28 Weeks Later is basically a sequel to 28 Days Later. I did not like 28 Days Later. Obviously, of the two, I do recommend 28 Weeks Later. They basically work independently of each other. The only piece of information that you need to know is that 28 Weeks Later picks up off as far as time frame from 28 Days Later, but none of the characters cross over. It's completely different storyline, just picking up zombie outbreak 6 weeks later, right? So 28 Weeks Later, it basically goes back to the original zombie outbreak area, and they're trying to like basically repopulate it or rebuild it with this group of people heading back. So they're basically trying to head back to ground zero, put people back in there. I don't know, why wouldn't you just, you know, and they're still like trying to taper it off. They've tapered off most of it, right? But they're still trying to like sweep through and get all the zombies. But like, why would you bring back people to like ground zero with the possibility of infection still being out there? So you get what you get with this movie, obviously, right? Stupid. So number 9, The Girl with All the Gifts. So this is rated R. It runs about an hour and 51 minutes long, and it received 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. So basically they have a group of small children that are immune to the zombie outbreak. As well, kind of like asymptomatic, but not really. So they kind of like they still can bite and pass off the infection, obviously, but they do not think like a zombie, pretty much. Like they function in their, I mean, they have these people, these kids like chained up and stuff like that in like school. So anyways, so they use this girl to try to find the survivors. Moving on to number 10, Day of the Dead. Now this is the one I kind of recommend the least. There are a couple other zombie movies that I kind of recommend, but they're not serious zombie movies, like Shaun of the Dead and Zombies. Basically, it's like a spoof of a zombie movie. It's not like a real one. But Zombies, again, spoof, but it actually follows the zombies, and they don't realize that they're zombies. They just realize, oh, this tastes good as a snack, like and they don't realize how slow they're moving, which is, yeah, the cheesy, corny, but for Zombies. But like Shaun of the Dead, it's kind of cute. It's kind of like fun and cute. Yeah, but back to number 10, Day of the Dead. Basically same thing, small town, sealed off from the military because there's a zombie outbreak, and yeah, they're zombies. What's more there to say? Nothing really. Moving on to the bonus film, Train to Busan. Now it is a Korean zombie movie, and it basically follows this father and daughter trying to take a train. Right? So basically, Train to Busan, the father and daughter are trapped on the train with other zombies, and it's honestly pretty good. It's really good. So yeah, these are all my top 10 recommended zombie films. If you have any recommendations, go ahead, put that in the comments below. If you watched this video all the way through, comment down a little zombies. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.